What's up, guys? Welcome to an episode of This Is How I Waste My Time. So today I'm going to be breaking open this headlight for pretty much no reason. I'm fairly certain that it's destroyed inside. However, I'm going to find out. So basically this is a 2016 or something like that Toyota Sienna headlight, and the guy bought it off eBay, and it said it just had a broken tab, so that's fixable. But then he held on to it for a couple of months, and he knew essentially right away that the inside here is completely fallen apart. As you can see, the projector is just wiggling away in there. So, and it makes a good rattle, which is why I'm assuming that it's going to be a core. But we're going to break it open and we're going to find out. So the first thing that I did, even before dropped it off here, is I went ahead and kind of found some glue that's coming out from where the lens is glued to the housing, and the glue is soft, so I'm assuming that if you heat it up it will separate. Usually if the glue is hard, you're just not going to get it apart. I have done it before. I did I think it was a 2013 Volkswagen GLI headlight, which was technically not supposed to be ever taken apart, but I got it apart and I swapped the lens out on that one. I'm pretty sure I can do this one. These headlights are fairly cheap, so this is all just essentially a big waste of time. So the first thing that I'm going to do actually is remove this sticker that they put on it. I don't know why they did that, but it's just a big sticker that left all the glue and all the paper on here, and it's pretty much impossible to remove. I'm going to try to get as much off as possible. I'm not sure if anything bad would happen to it if I were to just bake it with the sticker on, but I don't want to find that out. So it looks like it's actually coming off from this corner, so I'm just going to peel this off as much as I can. Maybe wash the glue off. I don't want it to adhere to the lens any more than it already is with the temperature. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing, but I don't want to find out. That's coming off a lot easier than I expected it to, based on how much of it was ripped. So I don't know why they didn't just pull this off like a normal human would originally. But I'm going to go ahead and wash it off with some alcohol or something like that. Try to get as much off as possible. I quit my job, so now I got time for stuff like this, which is kind of cool. You could just waste my days away now. Alright, so I said I was going to use alcohol, but I ended up using acetone. As you can see, it dulled the lens a little bit, but most of that can be polished off with just a little bit of polish and just a rag. So I'm not too worried about that. So now my next move is going to be to remove everything that's easily removable off the headlight. I don't think anything would happen to it at 200 degrees, but that's just something I do. Alright, that's pretty much good. And so here's what I'm talking about. You see that? That's not good. So a lot of times what happens is if the car gets hit or whatever, or something drastic like that happens, sometimes these pop off. Inside of there, there's essentially a ball joint that holds the actual bulb part of it to the back housing here, and sometimes it pops out of that ball. Like I said, I don't think that's the case in this situation because I can hear stuff rattling in there, which tells me something's broken. But maybe we can rig it to hold on for a couple of weeks, and that should be good. I don't know about anything past that. All right, so now that we are this far, oh, there it is. Oh yeah, look, there's one of the little clips. I don't know if you could see it. It's laying on inside the headlight. So that's not great. But the next part that I usually do is I just look on the back of the headlight, and on all the Japanese cars that I've ever done, there's been screws that hold the lens to the housing. German cars, I haven't really seen these, but basically I'm just gonna go around and take all these screws off so we can get it split. Looks like there's 4 or 5 on this one. All right, so now that we got the screws out, it's time to throw this thing in the oven. I actually have an oven that was specifically designed for baking headlights. You can find these around neighborhoods. Sometimes they're out on the curb. So you can just snatch one up, take it to the shop, and plug it in. Hopefully it works. So I'm gonna go get it out from way back over there in that corner. And unfortunately, there's no 220 outlet anywhere on this side of the shop. So I gotta drag it all the way to the lift. So as you can see, I got the deluxe model. It comes with wheels and this ratchet strap to hold it to the wheels. It also serves as a workbench. Sometimes you gotta polish some stuff, so this one does the job pretty well. So now we're gonna preheat this bad boy to 200 degrees. And once it gets there, eventually, we're gonna throw the headlight in for, I don't know, 10, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. 5 minutes work before. It really doesn't matter how long you put the headlight in there for at 200 degrees. I've done 5 minutes and it's been working out all right. This one might need a little longer. We might actually have to crank the oven up a little bit, just because this is OEM glue. I'm not sure when it'll melt. Hopefully it's before the plastic decides to melt. So we're just gonna crank her up. I don't know if it works still. So this oven actually is really a deluxe model. It actually functions as a powder coating oven as well. So pretty, oh yeah, ooh, that's hot. Oh yeah, it's working good. Some of these lights don't work. I don't really understand what this does, but it does some magic on the headlights. So for the next step, I think I'm gonna put on some gloves. 200 degrees probably won't be terrible on my hands, but some gloves might help. I think it should make a little ding noise whenever it gets to 200. I'm not sure if that still works, so I'll give it some time. Well, it hasn't dinged. There are no lights on it, but I can tell that it's warm because I can smell it. So I'm gonna pop this in, give it like 5-10 minutes, yank it out, and then we'll try to rip it open. Oh yeah, warm there. Barely fit. Yeah, sure. So I'll be back in 5, maybe 10, probably 15 minutes. So while that's in there, I figured it was the perfect time to add some go fast parts to the old rig here. So we're gonna stick this on here, give it a couple more kilowatts. Hopefully that doesn't fry the headlight. Make sure the surface is nice and clean. I guess I'll just keep going at this angle. There we go, look at that. That's beautiful. So I think I'm gonna start pulling this thing out slowly. And I gotta be ready. That's why I have this. There goes my timer that I set about 3.5 minutes after I actually put the headlight in. Smells like headlights. Alright, let's see if this thing will come apart. Gotta find a point to pry at it. I think right here will be alright. Oh yeah, it's coming apart. I think it is. Just gotta make sure these clips don't hold it. Make sure this one comes out of the way. Just kinda gotta yank it. These headlights are put together way too well. I don't know what they're so worried about. Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So there's that. So from my experience, these headlights come apart. Oops. There it goes. That can fall harder if it falls. All right. So as I suspected, you know what? I'll just show you guys up there. So as I suspected, well, both of these clips are broken. So basically, it's got these clips that attach to these little balls that are just screwed into the headlight. And the 2 clips broke on this one. So I'm gonna have to either just throw a zip tie through the hole around this thing, and that should be pretty good. And I think I might just do the same for this other one. And, well, that one won't be as easy. I have to come up with something to hold this to this ball here. But this one I feel is just going to be a zip tie. And basically these things just let you adjust the headlight. Seems like a pretty simple fix. So basically that's how you break a headlight open. It's a fairly simple process. You just gotta have the confidence to throw your headlight in the oven for some time. But as long as you stick to 200 degrees, I think you'll be all right. if the headlight doesn't come apart at 200 degrees, I'd say you should just probably give up, because when I did that Jetta headlight, that the glue wasn't melting, that was a train wreck. But the headlights were like $600, so it was worth the time. But for something like this, I think this headlight, you could get a good one on eBay for probably around $100. So there's really no point. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix this one, but that's gonna be it for this video. If you like what you saw here, please leave us a like. Follow us on Instagram. There will be a link to the description in the there will be a link in the description to our Instagram. It does say ITP, or it does say IT Performance when you do click on that link, but that's because we just opened up a business. We're doing basically anything car related. So if you're interested in having some work done and you're in the area, feel free to give us a call. We'll help you out. Yeah. That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, you know the deal. So a couple things I forgot to mention is when you get the headlight apart, try not to touch the chrome as much as possible. A lot of this, at least a lot of the headlights that I've ever worked with, if you touch the chrome, it will just wipe away, and then you'll be stuck painting it or something. But for this headlight, that's not an option, and I really didn't need to touch the chrome at all. But basically, I got this headlight all fixed up, so I'm gonna bake it back together, and it'll be on its way. But as you can see, that's how you fix stuff. A bunch of zip ties, and it's gonna be better than original, honestly, I think. So I'm just gonna bake this back together. But like I said before, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. We got some pretty cool builds going on right now. I am doing this full time now, so there should be more opportunity for content, at least. Can't say that I'll act on it. Hopefully I will. But that's it, guys. Thank you. Also, I forgot to mention, when you're baking the headlights back together, just throw it in there at 200 degrees for whatever number first pops in your head, and then yank it out and squeeze it together. It should be good to go. You just have to make sure that you have glue all the way around, which I wasn't too worried with this headlight, since I took it apart and put it back together right within like 10 minutes of each other. But sometimes if you have them apart for a while, the glue falls off, or it gets all dirty and janky, and then the headlight ends up leaking water. So you got to just make sure that there's enough glue to seal the headlight. But I think it should be all right. So I'm gonna go pull this out.